Okay, so our time lapse is done. So yeah, as I said before, I just went and filled up these holes because that seemed to be a bit faster. But what we are going to do now is, as I promised, I wouldn't do these off camera. And I'm keeping my promises. So for these ones, I'm just going to simply place 2 edges over here. And 2 over here. And then we just need to like edit those. So yeah, you can just use your scroll wheel. Now, here behind here, it has some faces which I do not want. So I'm going to select these faces. Shift G, go planar. And it will have probably also selected those, which is actually fine. I just want to make sure that these are the only ones. Turn off target while toggle. Just by moving them around, and when you know that these are the only ones, just delete them, because we do not need those. Let's place 2 segments in between here. Actually, also one here, now I look at it. Because this one, there we go, needs to be preserved. Okay, so we got that pretty much done. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to press K. And I'm just going to like place one edge from one side to the other side and just like kind of close it off here. Like these are fine to have the smoothness, but I just want these corners to be a bit sharper just in case. There we go. So those are a bit sharper. This, I don't know, let's go to tab mode. Yeah, okay, this holds up quite well. So that is fine. Let's go ahead and do Ctrl R. Wow, Ctrl R. Well, it works over here, but for the rest it doesn't really work anymore. Just because all of this geometry is quite unique. And we kind of like broken the cycle. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go and let's see. Let's just move this across. That's a very tight little here the space, but it should be fine. So let's move this across. And that should take care of like those corners, that we don't need to worry about those anymore. And I'm just doing 4 at the same time pretty much. Also, for some reason my moving and zooming in is a little bit more sensitive. You probably you probably already noticed that inside of my time lapse. But yeah, we can still work with it. Maybe if we reset the transforms it would work, but honestly by this point I do not really mind about that stuff. So that's looking good. Looks like we need to place one loop over here, just so that that doesn't get destroyed. It has some like warping here, but honestly it's not that much. You might be able to fix it just by pressing K, like placing the loop like this, but then yeah, you will see like a little bar, so it's up to you to decide which one you want. I think I'm gonna go for this, and I'm just going to press K, and I'm just going to like complete this loop, because I don't like having like this random loop just sitting there. Now the next thing would be to probably go ahead and start with this one. So select this face and just inset it. So we're gonna start easy. And for this, just because it's a very fragile piece, what I like to do is I just like to do some custom loops and not try and rely on like the Ctrl R loops. So something like this. See? Now this loop over here is already done. This one we will need to draw out ourselves, so we can simply, let's try that again. So we can simply just like place these edges. And I'm just going to end them in like one of these ends over there. So that should be fine. Here, oh, this is gonna look cool. So let's do another one over here. And just like end it somewhere. It doesn't really matter where, as long as it's on a flat piece. See? Nice and sharp. Exactly what I wanted. Now on these pieces, we can probably like say, let's have it go from here. Oh, it doesn't like me swapping my camera angle, so I need to kind of like do it in 2 parts. Here we go. Okay, so we've done those. And now, oops, let's go ahead and press K. There we go. And another one. I just need to change my angle and then finish the last piece off. There we go. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's continue. Just a few more. And then I think we can finally call this high poly done. Then we just need to do some low poly fixes, because we of course changed the way that our high poly looks. But they're easy fixes. For the low poly they're quite easy. It's more all the supporting loops is what takes up all the time. There we go. Okay. We probably need to fix the bottom, but for now let's have a look. So that's all good. These are all good. Then we go here and this is where it starts to break, but that is expected. I'm gonna go ahead and what would be the best thing to do here? Yeah, okay, let's try and Ctrl R here and a Ctrl R here. And instead of me needing to like place loops all the way around, I'm just going to place like a little cut there. And I'm just going to continue this loop. Here we go. Now for this one, if we just do Ctrl R here, another one here, another one here. So it probably won't work, but what I like to try is to just simply place a cut like this to over here, and hopefully it sees every single edge. It does not. It does not see every single edge, but it does save us time that we just need to go in. See here. So sometimes it sees it all, but most time it all depends on the angle you are looking at. But it was worth a try. It still saves us time, so it's not like a bad try or anything. These shouldn't give us any problems. Over here, once again, just like... Oh wow, that one. Let's try a different angle. Let's try this angle. Okay, it really this one it really doesn't like. Maybe it likes it a bit more if I first place like one edge over here. And then press K. Come on, you can do it. Okay, fine. Looks like that we need to do a little bit more by hand than the last one. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, luckily I'm not picky with how the geometry looks like in a high poly. As long as it works, then I'm happy. Okay, so we got those pieces now done. This smoothness over here, yeah, I'm fine with that. That's looking good. So the base plate is all done. Great. I think that does it. I think if we would now just turn on our symmetry or our mirror. Sorry, in different programs it's just called symmetry, at least the working of the tool. But there we go. There's a high poly. So Alt U. And I think that's looking pretty good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in and let's see. So this is all one piece. I just want to go into my low poly. And select this. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to first fix my low poly. I'm going to unwrap it and then I'm going to duplicate it. Because if we do it that way, we don't need to unwrap the same piece over and over again. So I think that's just a little bit easier. I am modeling this slightly different than I would normally do because I'm trying to save time. And that's why I'm jumping back and forth a little bit more. Because normally I would just... I have more time normally if it's not a tutorial. At least not a big tutorial like this. And then I would just go for high poly and then go for like the low poly. And then just do the unwrapping on my own time. But in this specific case, what we're going to do is we are going to turn off the mirror on this one. Alt-I, so this is our low poly. And we're just going to go ahead and we are going to fix it. And then we'll also go ahead and do some more optimization on it. So this should be very easy. It should literally be, if we just go to face select, like delete this one, delete this one, delete this one, delete this one. Select these two edges and just move them down so that we can later on merge them up again. Same over here, just move them up. And for this one, we are going to just delete this loop. And this loop. So this is basically what we end up with. And the only thing that you need to do is you just need to go ahead and press your cut tool and just place one cut like that on each side so that we can properly like merge this all together. And that should be it. So as you can see, this one goes a lot faster than the high poly. And we just need to do that a few times. Here we go. Go to vertex mode, turn on target weld toggle, and just start by welding these pieces together. Like that. Here we go. Turn off target weld toggle, and then just double click on this face and just new face from edges, and that should be enough. Because it's a square face, so new face from edges. There you go. See, that's all you need to do. For this one we do need to do some custom work. Last time I checked. So I'm just gonna go look at it from the inside. Move this down a bit. And yeah, custom work wise, I think all we need to do is just place a loop from here to here. Of course, it doesn't like that. Let's try this. There we go. That does work. And I'm going to just loop this and let's just close it off over there. It needs to be closed somewhere, so I'm just going to choose a side. I think I did the same in the high poly, the same side I mean. Let's press enter and let's then just have a look at it. With a slightly different angle. There we go, so that one worked. And now here, we just need to go ahead and do this. There we go. Okay, cool. All we need to do now is just select these pieces, delete them. Delete this one. Yeah, easy does it. Select the top, move it down. Go ahead and press K and then just like place one loop on this side. One loop on the other side. And now you can turn on target weld toggle again, go to vertex mode. And just start merging these pieces together. And then the end result will be a lot nicer. So, and we still save time compared to if we would have done it differently, most likely. And else we'll just break even in time. So it's like, it's not that big of a waste. It's just that we need to do it after the fact, which might sometimes be a little bit confusing if you are not used to it. But I would argue that you know this model by now. If you follow this tutorial long, this model feels like your own model. So you kind of like know how it sits together. And that's where you can just very quickly like fix it. Sorry about that. I misclicked. I do that often. I often misclick. Although I have a valid reason. And that is that my microphone is half in the way. So I don't always see everything I'm pressing because I would need to look around my microphone. So yeah, that's my excuse. Take it or leave it. But yeah, let's go ahead and just merge those together. That's already it. So target weld. These are a lot faster. These are a lot easier to do. Whoa. That is sensitive. There we go. Same on all of these sides. There we go. Turn off target weld toggle. And new phrase for matches in the corners over here. There you go. One more to go. So look at it from the inside. Let's move these two up. Let's move these two down. Let's go ahead and just select these faces and just delete all of them. And once again, press K, cut, K, cut. Okay. And target weld toggle. Let's move these close together. There we go. Oh, see, that's where I went almost wrong. But yeah, we've done that. Select this Q, new face from edges, new face from edges. Oh, we still need to do the top. New face from edges, new face from edges. So let's also merge the top together. We did remove that. No, we didn't. I swear I removed that. There we go. Just make sure you remove the top face, else it will not it will probably not give you like a good merge. Q at center. I'm just making sure that these are one vertices, because sometimes when you do not remove the top, it doesn't actually merge it together. But that looks good. Okay, cool. So once the mirror is on, that's all fine. Perfect. As you can see. What we're going to do now is we're just going to do some very quick cleanup. And I will keep this short, just same reasons as always. This is a tutorial. It's not about optimizing it to the absolute max. In my case, it's just about teaching you. So I'm merging this vertice together. And doing that means that I can double click on this entire edge. And I can just go ahead and press Ctrl Backspace, because that's merged together over there. It will already be closed off. Same over here. What I can do is, for these pieces, I can select these two, Q, merge at center, and then just select an entire edge and just Ctrl Backspace, and now it just becomes one edge. And if you want to have it extra clean, you can even just like move this edge back again so that it just becomes one straight piece. Over here, same deal, Q, merge at center, select this entire thing, Ctrl Backspace, select this, and just move it. Now here we do need to start connecting some stuff, but we will go ahead and we will actually do that later on. So the first thing I want to do is just Q, merge at center these, because these are leftovers. And I'm just gonna do them over here, one by one, why not? There we go. So those become normal pieces. And over here, I'm not in the mood to do it one by one, so I'm just gonna select it. Oh wait, actually, for this one we can do that. This one we can just press Ctrl Backspace. This one, we are probably better off to just do it one by one, because it already gets interrupted. Here, it gets interrupted every single time. So you would need to do these two, and then you get like Ctrl Backspace on one of these edges. Yeah, I'm doing this a little bit faster, just because it's nothing new. So it's just to show you. And to make sure that we have like a fairly clean model. So same things over here, where we can like connect these, select one edge, Ctrl Backspace. This edge over here, if we do target weld toggle, we can actually go ahead and connect this. Select this, Ctrl Backspace. And like that we can just slowly start to get rid of all of these edges. Ctrl Backspace on one of these. And that will also mean that we need to connect less edges here at the bottom. If we fix them over here, we need to connect less at the bottom. Ctrl Backspace. I'm just gonna move these a little bit, just because I like to have like a clean look on them. There we go. Same over here, Q, and same over here, Q. Select one of these, Ctrl Backspace. And we are actually running out of time at this point. So I will do these last two. Select these two, Ctrl Backspace. And in the next chapter we will just go ahead and we will continue with some small optimizations, like over here, where we can just select all four of them, press Q, merge at center. And yeah, we'll just do some optimizing and just prepare this entire thing to make it a little bit more game ready.